Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a 2-hour glam transformation. Get ready with me. I'm going to the Ariana Grande concert, so I figured I would show you full glam, totally different than my last one. If you haven't seen my 1-hour glam, I will link it down below. That was really dramatic. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe, and let's go ahead and begin. So I've got the hair back because it's hot. Oh my gosh, it is so hot here. I'm going to start off with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This is a really good moisturizer. I'm going to kind of focus this more so on my forehead where I get the most dry. This is very moisturizing, so I don't want to put this in my T-zone, especially being so hot. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize my under eye with my Farsali Haldi Eyes. I really enjoy this. This is an eye cream, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit on each side and then just kind of blend it in. It's a little bit difficult with these nails, but it really lays beautifully under my concealer and it doesn't burn my eyes, which is a huge plus. I've always had kind of issues with that. For primer, I want to mix a radiant primer with a gripping primer because I do want this to last through sweating. I'm telling you, it's incredibly hot, and then I'm going to be drinking too, which makes me sweat. So I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiance Primer. I'm going to mix in some of the Cover FX Gripping Primer. I'm so on this one because it's really tacky, and sometimes I feel like it can make my foundation look a little bit splotchy. So I want to mix it just so it's not so crazy tacky with something that's moisturizing. So I'm just going to do about equal parts on both, and hopefully it'll give me kind of the longevity, but it won't be as intense. Lately I feel like I'm having issues like down here, like under my contour, so hopefully that Cover FX primer will really grip on. So now that I've hydrated and prepped the skin, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible. I know this is going to last a long time. It's going to look nice and natural, but still give me a good coverage. I'm in the shade 455, I believe. Where does it say the shade? Yeah, 455 Natural Buff. It's not the perfect shade for me, but we'll make it work. And I'm going to use a beauty blender. I really feel like this is a phenomenal drugstore foundation. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with a tried and true. This is the Too Faced Born This Way. I have the shade Shortbread. I really like this for concealing under the eyes. So I'm gonna kind of go in a triangle shape. I don't like to pull it down too far. So if any of you guys went and seen Ariana Grande, I know she's been touring for a while. I was supposed to go, I think, back in April, and it got canceled until today, so it's kind of weird, but I'm excited to see her. To set the under eyes, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me in 05 Fair, and then I'm going to use a different powder for the rest of the face because this is a little bit light. So I'm going to make sure I don't have any creasing, and then I'm going to go in straight away. Also set the lid. So I'm just going to use this powder in my T-zone where I want that bright effect. To set the rest of my face, I want to go in with my Coty Airspun. This is just a nice smoothing powder that doesn't darken my, or not darken, lighten my foundation too much. So I'm going to take my sponge that was damp and press this into the skin. I have to set heavily, especially if I want like long wear. I don't have that dry skin type. I'm kind of combo, so I like to use highlighter and setting sprays and primers to make myself still look a little bit dewy, but if I want it to last, I definitely have to lock it down. I feel like a lot of the Instagram makeup you see where they use like no powder, I feel like it's for very short, you know, lengths of time. And I just don't see how that would like stay all day, even though it looks so beautiful when it's super luminous and glowy. Like I just feel like it would break up in 1 second. So I have you zoomed in. We're gonna start on our brows. I'm gonna start out with this Brow Silk from Iconic London. This is a new product from them, and it's essentially like soap brows, or how to get soap brows, where you really, you know, brush your brow hairs up. I do not have that much brow hair to work with, but we're going to use this to try. I'm gonna wet it with some setting spray. That is optional. There's like a toothbrush that comes with it. I mean, that's what it looks like. And you can use this before and after. So I'm just going to kind of rub into the product, and then I'm going to use this to make my brows stand up before I start filling in. It's actually a cool product. You could use soap as well, but can you see the difference just off that? So I like to do this, then fill in my brows, and then I can use this again if I need to really get them even more fluffy. I have my eyebrows microbladed, but I don't have a lot of hair to deal with, and it's so light that I definitely have to fill it in. And products like this help me kind of achieve the fluffier brow look, whereas other people can just like, you know, use a brow gel and go. That's not an option for me. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Just really pull these ones up. So to fill in my brows, I'm going in with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. I have this shade Soft Brown, and I'm gonna use an Anastasia Beverly Hills 7B brush to really make those hair-like strokes. Making strokes, I really kind of can't talk when I do this because this is challenging. Something like that, and then you can go through and spoolie it up. So something like that to start, and then we can kind of build if we need to, but you're basically just gonna do that on obviously both brows, unless you're looking for a different kind of look. It's up to you. You can obviously make them thicker if you want, or thinner, and if you mess up, you can use concealer to kind of fix them. So to finish off the ends, I'm gonna use a Benefit Precisely My Brow. I just find this to be easier. I have quite thin tails, I guess you would call them. Actually, I have non-existent. I make them quite thin. So then you want to just like brush it up, get everything where you want it. All right, so now we can start on the eyes, and I'm so pumped. Can you tell I'm into neon? I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Pink Neon palette. I had a great experience with the orange one, so fingers crossed that we're going to have a great experience with this one. This is like purpley pink neon. We're just gonna go ahead and go in. So I think I really want that sharp line on the edge. I'm actually just gonna use a sample. I forgot, smart YouTuber, and I already did all my concealer and foundation, so I don't wanna put tape on. So I am gonna start out with this shade. I think I'm gonna start out with this one right here. It's Calling to Me. I'm just gonna kind of lay this on the face. I know this is kind of like awkward, but do what you gotta do. I'm gonna start blending this into my crease. One thing I will tell you about eyeshadow is I'm still learning every day, but definitely the lighter the pressure, the better, which is something I still struggle with. Let your bristles do the work. I can't talk seriously when I have I'm like, now go in with a light hand. Like, I feel like I'm just like, all right, Babs, chill out. So you see how that gave me that sharp line? That's what I'm looking for because I'm gonna do liner. Just to make sure I didn't go too high, I'm taking a clean brush. Even if I did, I feel like I did here a little bit. I got pink up there. Just take some powder, like a skin colored powder, your skin tone, and just go like that. Make sure that you're just blending those edges. All right, same situation on this side. If you have tape at home, I highly recommend, but I am the world's most unprepared YouTuber, and I can't remember when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use tape, and then I just go ahead and do my whole face. Okay, now I'm gonna pop into this shade, which is a little bit darker. Still using that to keep this together.
Dude, I gotta get this fucking Best Man speech wrote up.
Are you nervous?
I'm not so much nervous, but I feel like it's...
I'm gonna keep you in the video. Tell me your thoughts.
I feel like, I'm more nervous about this best man speech than I was about our vows. And I
You
killed
cried.
it. I killed it.
You bawled.
But I killed it.
You cried. You're saying you're more nervous about being a best man than getting married, yet you cried at our wedding. It ain't adding up. Yeah, well, get it together. You have the week.
What? I have like 3 days.
You have like 5. It's not till Saturday. It's Monday now. Did you put that Ciroc in the fridge? Yeah. And the cranberry? And the cranberry? Yeah. Alright, so you're going to just blend this out. If you get a little bit of fallout, just wipe it away very lightly. Just blend. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with a little brush in this purple shade. And I just want to deepen this outer portion. And then you can kind of go back with your other brush. So now I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. I'm going to take a light shade. This is Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand, just so it pops. And I'm going to do a half cut crease. These make me nervous, but they look really pretty. If you're new to these, I would suggest using as little concealer as possible. Just in case you mess up, you don't have this thick cream or liquid that you can't blend out. So it should look something like this, just, you know, half cut crease. I'm gonna go ahead and go back in to the pink in here with a really small brush and just kind of outline to really intensify the pink on the inner corner, if that kind of makes sense. So for the lid, I think I actually want to stay matte. We'll see. If it doesn't look right, then we'll change it. But I think I'm gonna go in with this light purple shade. It's really pretty. It's like a periwinkle purple. So I'm just gonna kind of pat it on. I'm probably gonna end up putting a shimmer just right in the center of my eye just to make it pop. So we'll figure it out. So going back into the palette, into the deepest purple shade, I'm going to use this to just blend. So I think I'm going to mix these two shades on the top here and use this on the inner corner to make it pop. I feel like I'm just going to use these as kind of like a sheen. These would probably be best applied with a finger, yeah, because they're definitely chunky. My nails will just not allow that, so I'm just trying to kind of blend them out. I'm now gonna go into the deepest purple and do that same thing just to kind of really define this. And this is why it takes 2 hours. So for winged liner, I'm gonna use my favorite. This is Artist of Makeup Extreme Art Liner Pen. I've repurchased this many times, but it lasts forever, and it's literally the easiest liner I've ever used. I've never had anything beat it. So we're gonna go ahead and follow the line that I created here and do a winged liner. All right, so I'm going into that purple shade and I'm gonna just apply this about halfway on the lower lash line. And I'm gonna go in with the pink. Well, they're all pink, but this pink right here. And just kind of blend this out. I'm gonna jump into another palette just because I feel like I need a darker shade for the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go into this Candylicious palette from Bombshell Cosmetica, up to the shade Grape Soda, just to really kind of blend right here where that eyeliner meets that neon. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some lashes. These are Saucy Lashes in Shortcake. I'm gonna do that off camera and then we're gonna start finishing up the face. All right, so I popped my lashes on. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this Benefit palette. I'm going into Hoola and I'm gonna use this to contour the face. Actually switch brushes to something a little fluffier. To bronze, I'm gonna go into this Jouer Duo. This is the medium to deep. I wish they would have had more shades of this because this is definitely, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm medium to deep. They should have had more options. So I'm just using this to warm up. So for blush, I want something really bright. I'm going into this Lime Crime Sunkissed palette into this shade right here, which looks, yeah, really intense. So I'm just going to apply this. And then I'm just going to take my powder brush and blend everything so it's not too intense. For highlighter, I want to go with like a pinky shade. So I'm going to go into this Golden Sand. I don't know why it's called that because this definitely is pinky. This is from Model's Own Sculpt and Glow highlighter. I really don't know why they call it that because it's definitely pink. I mean, that's not golden, but I really like this. So I'm going to just apply this. Cupid's bow. Also, I'm going to apply it to the inner corner. Down the center of the nose and also on the tip. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to go in with this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Gel in Saturday Stardust. I've not used this yet. It's like a chunky glitter and I'm going to put it in the center of the lower lash line. I'm going to use this bright yellow in the waterline from ColourPop in the shade, what is this? Crossed. So to finish off, I'm going to do my lips. This is the Natural Nude No. 7 from Sorme Cosmetics. I'm going to take ColourPop Sphinx in the center of my lip just to give me a little bit of like a popsicle lip. And then I'm going to go into Amrezy's color from Lipland. This is probably expired, but it's like my favorite shade. And I'm going to apply that to the center of the lip and then blend out. Alright guys, here is the finished makeup look for the concert. I feel like it's really pretty neon colors but still really glam. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below if you've tried any of these products or if they're some of your favorites. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.